Now at 5, a gathering in the Fairfax district as Black Lives Matter activists push ahead for justice after the Derek Chauvin verdict. Good evening, I'm Sarah Donchie.
And I'm Tom Waite in for Chris Holmstrom. Demonstrators say even with the conviction of officers who killed George Floyd, the fight is not over.
They want an end to police violence and racism. CBS 2's Lori Perez live for us in the Fairfax district tonight with their message. Lori?
Yeah, so the group that we had been watching for the past couple hours just started marching, actually, saying that they were going to take their message to the street. But again, they were here for much of the afternoon, giving speeches and hosting some music. They were carrying flags with images of social justice and civil rights icons. Tonight's event has been presented as a step to continue the mission of Black Lives Matter and more generally of efforts to defund the police and to fight systemic racism throughout society. The rally comes, of course, just days after a Minnesota jury convicted former police officer Derek Chauvin of the murder of George Floyd. Many here are pointing to that outcome not as justice, but as a small measure of accountability and just one sign of progress in a very long road ahead.
But the conversation is still ongoing, and just because we have this little bit of victory, we can't get comfortable, we can't get complacent. We have to continue showing up and continuing to show the world that we're going to continue this movement until there's some type of more justice.
Our justice system is screwed up, and the best way to be heard is to come out to events and to have large groups and have people notice and recognize that what's happening in this country is an assault on the lives of Black and brown people. And we can't live our lives freely.
There's a racial awakening happening since this past June, and Asians are finding their voice in the movement, and we are seeing the patterns clearly that when communities of color stand together, we can dismantle white supremacy, and so that's why we're here today.
And you should expect to see more protests. Many organizers of the protests that we've seen over the last year say that the Chauvin verdict, if anything, also showed that the power of protest has influence over what happens. And so they're going to keep, as they say, taking over the streets. We are live in the Fairfax district. I'm Lori Perez. Back to you.